Here's a power block Chronomancer build that I've been having a lot of fun on lately because while it is very squishy, you do have a lot of possibilities for survival using your continuum split to problem solve, and it has a lot of damage. So let's just start off by showing the build. I take Illusions Domination Chronomancer. Your main source of damage is your split second, your F1, so you want to be buffing that as much as possible. So we go with Shatterstorm, which gives you 2 ammo, which is really good because you can do double bursts, and the ammo also kind of sort of allows you to get the recharge on your first ammo while the second one is still available, so it gives you more versatility. So it's just a really good trait. Then you have Phantasmal Haste. This is just a quickness buff when you use a Phantasm, and usually you'll be doing Phantasmal Berserker at the start of your combo, and then you'll be doing like a continuum split, and that'll give you even more quickness. So it's just nice to start off your combo getting you that quickness generation. Then you take Master of Fragmentation, which is just going to buff your shatters. It's going to make your F1 crit more, which is good damage. It's going to put Cripple on your F2, which gives it a little bit more utility, and it's going to make your F3 do an AoE daze, which is better in team fights, and it's better when you don't have a target. And then it's going to give your continuum split an extra second duration, which is really good because sometimes you want to do a continuum split with no clones, and having that extra second allows you to actually do stuff with a continuum split with basically no duration. So in Domination, you're going to be taking Bountiful Blades. You just have the Greatsword trait because that gives you the most burst. Then you have Shattered Concentration, which is going to remove boons when you shatter, which is really good in team fights because this is a DPS build, not so much a roamer. And in those team fights where you've got those supports who are giving out tons of boons, it's going to be hard to kill them without that boon removal. And then I take Power Block because this is a very versatile trait. It is aggressive whenever you're attacking someone and you're locking them down. You can increase the cooldown of their abilities by interrupting them, but if you're defending and say you're kiting and you're trying to counter pressure and you interrupt someone who's trying to kill you, you also get weakness from Power Block, which helps you to survive. So it's very versatile and probably one of the better traits on this build. So in Chronomancer, you're just going to take Time Catches Up, which makes your shatters faster, which is going to help you land them, and you'll do a little bit more damage to crippled enemies. So you have Cripple on your Rewinder, your F2, which you can use without clones if you really want to get the extra damage on your Time Catches Up if you're in like melee range. And then you can use Mind Stab as well for Cripple, which is going to make your burst hit harder. So then you're going to get Alacrity and Quickness whenever you shatter, which is going to allow you to basically use all of your skills in quick succession and then get the cooldowns back. There's also Illusionary Reversion, which whenever you shatter with 3 clones, you're going to gain an extra clone. So what this trait allows you to do, you may think that this trait is, oh, this is the obvious choice because it gives you more damage. Well, this trait actually gives you more damage because it allows you to do combos that can give you insane damage. So say for example, I have 3 clones here and I'm going to do my F1. So I can do my F1, it'll give me another clone, and then I can use Mirror Images, which gives me 2 clones, and then I can do another F1, which would give me another clone. So you can see how you keep that clone generation going, and especially when you're doing like a triple continuum split combo, you start out with a clone, and then you go into continuum split, and then you can do an insane combo from there because you go into continuum split. The equipment is Marauder with Eagle. I like Marauder better than Zerker because there's really not a lot of sustain on this build. So you really kind of need to survive through vitality, and you have enough damage anyways because you have a ton of damage on this build. So on the Greatsword, I take Exposure and Cleansing. The build is kind of low on Condi Cleanse, so I take Cleansing on both weapon sets, Energy on the Sword Shield, and on the Greatsword, Exposure is really good because Frailty gives you extra damage per Vuln stack. You want to be poking your target and baiting out their cooldowns with your Mirror Blade and your Phantasmal Berserker, and when you get enough clones to use your Continuum Split, you want to bait out their dodges and then maybe go in for like a huge Continuum Split combo, and when you leave your Continuum Split you can just do it again, and essentially it allows you to bait out the enemy's cooldowns, and then you just rinse and repeat, but the second time they basically got no cooldowns, and that allows you to finish them off. So yeah, that's the basic idea of the build, is you want to bait out cooldowns, and then when you see the kill window, you want to go in with like the huge gravity well burst. Another important thing is you really want to enable the instant ground targeting with retargeting, because what this allows you to do is change the location that your ground target abilities are halfway through the cast. So if you look at my mouse over to the left, I cast it and then I move my mouse to the right, and then it finishes casting to the right. So it allows you to basically just put your cursor on the target and then follow where they are, and say there's like a moving target, you just put your cursor on them and it's not really hard to land your gravity wells. Also, you can do massive plays. For example, if I know that this player over here has no cooldowns and I really want to burst them, but I don't want to telegraph that I'm going to do my burst, what I can do is I can start casting gravity well, pour it in, put my mouse over them, and then they don't really have any idea that I'm coming in with the burst unless they can see me from afar start casting it. And even then, they're not really sure if I'm doing the gravity well for them, because, you know, it may be that the situation is a little bit more complicated. So you can really do some crazy plays with the gravity well with instant ground targeting. So in this match, I am capturing the home node because no one else really wanted to. And yeah, maybe it's better for our Ellie to have honestly done that, so probably not the ideal rotation for me to cap, but if no one does it, I might as well. And now I'm going to try to get into mid, and I saw they're a thief, so I'm kind of looking for the thief if they're in stealth, but I see they appear on the map, so now I'm going to head in. But I see that their minion master is pushing into our home, so I'm going to jump on them with my Gravwell combo. I know that minion masters don't have a lot of stun breaks. Well, they usually don't have any. So yeah, it's actually a pretty good target for me to focus because I can do insane CC lock combos to land all my burst on them. So I am going to take this 1v1 at this point because yeah, I'm just going to try to get the kill. I am weakened, which is not ideal, but yeah, I have Condi Cleanse if I really want to with my heal skill here. I actually get blinded and miss my interrupt there, but they are really pressured, and I land my shield. I'm going to use my sword auto, and now their weaver is on me, so I'm going to blink out of range, but I have all these Condis on me, and my team is coming in, so I'm going to try to survive as long as possible, and they can rally me. They just need to cleave out the Necro here, and now as you can see, this is our entire team at home here for whatever reason, so we're probably going to lose mid. Here you can see I enable instant ground targeting because I was playing another class before, but yeah, we lose mid because we way over rotated here, but because of that we're just going to go kill Svanir because we might as well do that since we over rotated. So I pop out all my damage there and we kill Svanir, which is kind of nice. We get the beast, and I use a gravity well here, but it wasn't really necessary because the Deadeye was already dead to our Condi thief. So I see that their minion master is respawning and running back into our home node. I get a couple ticks on the node because I suspect that maybe the thief will come back for the decap as well. And I use gravity well, but I stow it because I know that this Necro likes to dodge. And I use my second gravity well. Well, that's the first one because I stowed the first. Yeah, and I just land my entire burst on them, and they can't do anything about it because they use their dodges. That's all they have. So yeah, when you know you've baited out people's dodges on this build, you want to go for your gravity well combo and finish them off. So as you can see, our team at mid technically got a kill, but we also died. So it's really, I'm really not sure what the state of mid is. So I'm going to try to just finish off this Necro and then get into mid and help them out. I land my shield 5, or actually I don't shield 5, I just immob them into my entire F1 combo and cleave out their Ellie. Now I'm just going to push into mid and see if I can get some kills here with my team. I land my Greatsword combo on their Reaper and they're down, and now when they go for the res, I land my Gravity Well on them, which is going to prevent them from resing. So now we've got 2 kills here, and we're just going to cleave those out. Their Deadeye is going to leave, so we're going to chase them and let our team cap the node. Actually, since we have 2 people already chasing the Deadeye towards home, I don't need to do that. I'm going to go into far and see if I can potentially split their team up more. I get Galed here, which is pretty dangerous, so I stun break. I land my shield 5 into my Greatsword burst, and we get the kill with our Condi Thief. Really good kill there. And now their Reaper is coming in, so I daze them with the Daze Mantra there, and I do a little bit of CC to prevent their Reaper from doing anything. But yeah, now their Guardian is here, and the Reaper is actually in down state. So yeah, we're just going to try to snowball here and keep getting kills with our team. But it ends up that our team actually didn't win home when they chased the Deadeye in there, so we actually are not in a good position, and my team isn't really pushing into far with me. So they are gonna get the kill on this Weaver over here, but we need to keep getting kills here, so I play as aggressively as possible. I do my Gravity Well into double Phantasmal Berserker, so that was basically 4 Berserkers coming out because you get a double from that domination trait. So I just try to get that kill as fast as possible because we're so far behind. And I get liched here, so I use my Gravity Well and I CC the lich, but my team is kind of just standing on the node, and my Thief has gone to the Beast, which means that I'm going to die here. And yeah, so I've basically been left alone here. Kind of poor rotations by my team here, but I also had no cooldown, so I'm going to die to whatever that is. And yeah, our Guardian gets the down on something, but they're 1v3 now, and the Thief actually did get the Beast, but you know, they're going to come into that fight late, so we're going to lose far, and we're going to not have a good map state because of that. So we have to respawn into home and start getting kills and start re-snowballing the map and getting presence, because we had lost all that momentum because my team decided to go for objectives rather than kills with me. So we see their mini Necro here. We're just going to try to CC it. I am trying to burst through their Shroud because I don't really have a lot of time to wait for that Shroud because they're doing the Svanir buff. So I see that, and the Svanir is really low, so I'm going to go in and Shatter Burst it. And now, yeah, I use my Gravity Well, but they dodge it, but they get hit by the second tick, and yeah, we're just going to get the kill here with our Reaper. Just to basically, you know, close up any loose ends here, because if we leave the Minion Master alive, then they can push into a 1v1, and our team doesn't really have insane 1v1 potential because our Weaver isn't rotating perfectly here. So we go into mid, we have their Burn Guardian instantly kill our Guardian, and we're in a really bad spot here because of that. So I have to use my heal skill, and I try to CC so that I can survive long enough. I do my Daze Mantra there so that I can basically survive, and I have my shield 4 to get out, and my Ellie's actually not a 1v1er. Yeah, I thought they were a 1v1 Ellie, but it's actually a fresh air Ellie. So that explains why our team is kind of struggling, because we don't really have a duelist. We have a bunch of DPS, and then our Guardian isn't really a support, so we really lack sustain on this team. So, however, we do have sides now, so we're in a good spot. And our team, yeah, so we're like in a 3v2 in roads here because we've got kills. I start targeting their Guardian, but I see that their Necro is even lower, and I get a really good CC there. They're going to get the decap for free because I don't really want to be 1v1ing them on roads. I want to secure the kill so that my team can push in with me. And I land my shield 5, and I'm going to do my Greatsword burst, and now the Reaper is dead. So our Necro is going to 1v1 the Guardian, which should be a winning matchup because, yeah, Necros counter Guardians. But I do see that their Thief, or their Deadeye, is chasing me. So I port into mid, and they're going to chase me. They shadow step up, so I use my Gravity Well to force them to stun break and basically shadow step return. But their Minion Master shows up too, so that's a 1v2. So I'm going to try to survive this. I pressure the Deadeye with my shield 5, and they don't have any stun breaks, but they do have their heal skill, which kind of gets them out of my immobilize. So they refuge, and I'm just going to run into far. We capped home, but we're dying at far, so we're not in a good position here. And our guardian is actually at mid, and I don't know if they can actually get the kill there. I see that their necro is going for the beast, so I'm going to try to burst that and steal it. And yeah, I'm trying to decide, should I go for the steal or should I go for far? But I see that they've liched the beast, so I really need to go immediately. I don't get the steal because Chrono's damage is actually pretty, it's not very singular, it's very small packets. So I don't get the steal there because it doesn't burst it too quickly, so the lich form kind of is a lot better at stealing the beast there. So yeah, we actually lose this match. So in this match, I am going to head to mid because we have a support, and as a DPS I love to play with support, so I'm going to go to mid with my support core guardian here, and we're going to try to team fight. So I see an enemy scrapper. That's a potentially good target because we can lock them down. They block a lot of my F1, but I'm doing a lot of CCs trying to pressure them, and I see that my teammate actually goes down. They get revived by my guardian, and I'm just trying to play as aggressively as possible to get this kill. But yeah, the scrapper, there's really no one on it with me, so I probably need to back off. Yeah, and they're I think that's a dragon hunter is on me, so I land a gravity well just to get them off of me, and I'm going to try to reconvene with my team here and try to peel this thief off my team. But yeah, I have nothing left, and I'm not really getting too many heals because I was off by myself, so I end up disengaging and trying to reset. And I'm just going to line of sight here behind this little wall here. I see that, yeah, the enemy Chronomancer is on me, so I try to avoid their initial burst, and my shield is off cooldown, so I'm going to block while in my well to get the full heal. And the enemy Chrono is now, I can see them running away, so I don't really need to chase them, and I'm deciding right now, should I go chase the Chrono or should I go home and +1 that? But I do know that I'm a little bit low on cooldowns, so I really don't want to go in there because I don't have Continuum Rift, I don't have Mirror Images, I don't have my heal. So I'm just kind of waiting to see where to go. We've won mid off of the rotation of the enemy out of that fight. So now I'm just going to go into home, and I'm going to +1 this Weaver. It looks like their Thief is here and their Chrono is here, so this is a 2v3. I gravity weld on myself to get the Chrono off me, but yeah, my Weaver is dead, and now I'm in like a 1v3, so I have to kite, and I go up the little rock terrain here, which is going to allow me to survive because the Thief can't port to me. So the Thief is going to probably leave. Our support guardian comes in, which means mid is free, and that's going to get decapped, but at least we don't die if we take this fight here. So I'm going to jump off the port spot. The Thief steals to me, but I'm still going to keep playing as aggressively as possible to get the kill on the Weaver. And I just put my heal well down to heal my team as we're cleaving that down body, and just cleave it out. Now the Thief is next. I get a slow on them, but they're going to use their shadow step to get out of there. So we're just going to chase into mid. We've got kills, and we can just push into mid now and snowball off of this. So here my rev is pretty low. I'm trying to look for a target, and they go into stealth, the Mesmer, so I can't target them. And I'm just going to try to peel for my... So I got a really good gravity well there, which forced their Mesmer to get out of the fight, and then I use my second gravity well because I know they have no cooldowns. And that's what's really important there, is the continuum split allows you to bait your enemy's cooldowns and then just do it again when they have no cooldowns, and that really allows you to secure kills. So when you have your continuum split up, you really are looking to go for a kill. Now we've won mid, we have home, and we're just going to keep trying to get kills here. I get a nice daze on the Dragon Hunter there, which is going to prevent them from getting out as easily, but they have the Trapper Rune. I know that the Chronomancer we just killed, right, is on respawn, so we want to get this kill as fast as possible. So I do a really big Greatsword 4 because they're out of cooldowns pretty much. And yeah, I'm just playing safe because I know that their Chrono is on respawn. So our Weaver is fighting a Scrapper on node, so I'm just going to pressure it a little bit safely. I interrupt them with the time sink. I'm using my shield block here, and now I'm just going to burst my F1, and they're kind of low, so we're going to use our, the damage is pretty good there. We get the down. I just saw the Dragon Hunter poured in, and I get stuck in the Dragon's Maw. So what I do here is I continuous split with my heal well, and that essentially allows me to use my heal twice and survive all of the damage of the Dragon Hunter, and then immediately burst them after. And if I hadn't done that and gone down instead, you can see my Weaver is really low too. I would have gotten the kill on the Dragon Hunter, and we probably would have lost that 2v2. So that was a really good double heal well there. Like, in a way, that was survival, not really getting a kill, but because I had survived, it allowed me to just do a basic burst combo and get the kill on that DH. So that was a pretty big play there. Now at mid, I am trying to fight this Weaver, but I'm not a 1v1er and the Weaver is, so this is not a good matchup for me, especially since I don't have a lot of Condi cleanse and that's a Condi Weaver. So I'm going to disengage from this fight, head towards far. My team is going for the Beast, and I see that their Chronomancer is coming towards me, so I really want to get out because I'm already losing the 1v1, but I go aggressive and I try to go for the kill on this the Weaver, but the Chrono comes in and they +1 me. But because of that, our team is going to be able to get into mid and potentially get the decap because the Weaver is no longer on the node because they chased me. It's not the best though, because our Rev is kind of not getting too much value on the map because they're forced to stay at home to counterplay the Thief decap. And now I'm dead, so we're gonna probably lose mid potentially if our Guardian doesn't survive while they're outnumbered there. So now that I'm respawning, I'm gonna probably head into mid and see if I can get a kill there. See, the enemy Thief is here and my Rev is still at home, so I'm giving eyes to the Thief for my Rev. But yeah, we're gonna get this kill here. Our Guardian is still alive, so let's just try to get a kill here, right? Is my job is to just get kills, so I play as aggressively as possible. I don't really need to do too much to get the kill on the Weaver there. Luckily our Reaper and our Guardian is a really good comp at mid, so we do have that. And now I'm going to head into far where our Weaver is going to be a little bit outnumbered, but I don't really want to be chasing a Mesmer, so I immediately go and +1 the Scrapper. I get the kill, and now I'm just playing as safely as possible because I know we have the kill secured, so I just need to prevent any momentum from happening. I'm chasing their Chronomancer, and they juke back, so I port into my Gravity Well caster, and the retargeting allows me to do it so fast that they can't really predict that it's coming, and they're out of cooldown, so we get the entire burst on them and we get that kill. So now their Weaver is here, so we killed the Scrapper, we killed the Chrono, and now the Weaver is here, so we're gonna need to potentially +1 that, but they're kind of kiting off because they know that I'm my +1 is very dangerous. They know about it. So I land a really good Greatsword 4 there, and I proc out their passive, so we're gonna probably chase the kill here. We know that their Chronomancer is on respawn, and the Weaver's really low, but their Thief is here too, so I'm going to use my shield block here. I could get interrupted by Steel, so that's just what I have to deal with. And the Thief Dagger Storms, and I land a really good Greatsword 5, but then I get mowed and bursted, and at this point pretty much we're gonna own the node. So we have a pretty good comp here, even though it was kind of like 4v5 with our Rev AFKing home the entire time. We had a decent support comp and a 1v1er to go elsewhere, so it allowed me the freedom to rotate into the fights that I needed to, and because of that we've now got a trip cap and we're going to win this game. So if you like this kind of content, give it a like and subscribe for more, and check out the links in the description if you want to support me, and I will see you guys next time.